Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Well, Easter Saturday is here, which is the day between Good Friday and Easter Sunday. It's, by all accounts, a normal day. I'll be watching some DVDs and cooking. After I finish making this podcast, I will be watching Supergirl on DVD. That's the one with Helen Slater from 1984. Oh, I love that movie, especially the bit where she gets stuck in the mirror and then the mirror smashes in a different planet. Yeah. Strangely, they never show that Supergirl movie anymore. I don't know why. I mean, Superman is on TV constantly, but Supergirl isn't. Speaking of Supergirls, I want to tell you about Sue and Noel Radford. Uh, this is a British couple who have 22 kids. So I think she must be a Supergirl in some way if she's had 22 children. Sue and Noel Radford have their hands full as one of Britain's largest families. Sue was born on March 22nd, 1975, and she's the mother, the matriarch of the Radfords. She works as a YouTube blogger and reality star, and she became pregnant with her first child, Chris, at just 14 in 1989, and she wanted to keep the baby. Then she married Noel 4 years later. Then they had Sophie, then Chloe. After Chloe, Noel had a vasectomy, and then he had it reversed. Sue often talks about her busy family life, and every day the family consumes 18 pints of milk, 3 liters of juice. Liters? I'm not sure about that because I'm not very good with the metric system. Oh, yeah, this story was written in America, I see. And they eat 3 boxes of cereals at breakfast. The supermarket trip costs £250 a week. Well, they could do better than that. I mean, I spend about £100 a week on groceries. Noel works as a baker, and they're all involved with that. And they don't claim benefits from the government, which is how most people, well, a lot of people live here. And they've revealed that they make some money from social media as well. If you want to know more about the Radfords, they have their own TV show now on Channel 5. If you download Channel 5 Player, I'm sure you'll find it. It's called 22 Kids and Counting, and it's been going on for a while. And they live in a 10-bedroom house, which they bought for 240,000. Oh, they're not short of cash, are they? The latest one was the 17th child, Alfie, the latest TV episode, I mean. Alfie sadly was stillborn in 2014, and the eldest kids have moved. Yeah, but it was like that in the old days. I mean, my grandmother was one of 16, as I recall. And yeah, I often asked my grandparents if they remembered their grandparents. And they said, yeah, they knew them a little bit. And I always thought that was strange because I remember my grandparents, very, very well. But I suppose if you come from a big family, so for example, if you have 10 kids and they each have 10 kids each, you don't have time to spread your love amongst all of them. So I guess many of the kids would barely remember the grandparents. And anyway, relationships were different in those days. It wasn't about, rushing out to Christmas and buying a huge gift for your grandchild. If you've got 40 of them or 60 of them, and if you have 10 kids and they have 10 kids each, what is that? 100 grandchildren would that be? Oh, I'm terrible at mathematics. That's why I'm an English teacher. Yeah, so that's the Radfords. Interesting, isn't it? So you can catch up with them on social media if you're really interested. But anyway, getting back to the topic of the day. So Easter is passing without any problems, really. It's very sad that British people are not really into family living, because it means that for many people, Easter is just a weekend to get drunk. Many people don't live near their families anyway. Older people like myself, our families are all dead, so there's no one really to go and see anyway. Even if I wanted to, I think there's still a few of the older ones around, but no, I think of better things to do. But yeah, once the parents die, I think that's the end of it, really. Because all these big festivals are really family times, aren't they? So I went to this classical music concert yesterday in this big church where I was married. And beautiful, absolutely beautiful, really very nice place. But the choir was beautiful, but all the faces, honestly, very rich people with suits and pearls and looking very unhappy, miserable, because of course Easter is supposed to be a commemoration of the death and resurrection of Jesus. So the faces of them, oh, honestly. I lasted 1 hour, and as soon as the priest appeared, I thought, oh no, I don't think I want to stay here any longer before he starts talking about how we are all going to hell or whatever. So I ran away, of course, at that point. But lovely place. I mean, I like the sentiment of the thing. And these beautiful choirs are very artistic, so they take our thinking higher. But when it comes to the laws and the being told how we should live and things, I headed for the door. Um, oh, by the way, speaking of things happening, I heard that they're bringing back the Gladiators. Do you remember the TV show, The Gladiators? Did you ever watch that back in the 90s when they had all these people fighting? I think Ulrika Johnson was the hostess. Oh, she was dating one of them, if I remember correctly. Was that Hunter she dated, I think? But I'm sure you remember The Gladiators. It was one of these very American style themed programs. And now, Gladiators. And they would say their name one by one. Oh, there's a program I won't be watching. Um, yeah, so today is Supergirl. I'll be watching her. And then I'll be watching old episodes of Murder, She Wrote with Angela Lansbury. After that, oh, I'm not sure what I'll be doing later. Probably do some shopping. I'll be doing some cooking for tomorrow as well. Big day, big day. No visitors, but still a big day for the family that I have, my little family. And what else? Oh yes, I see that they're making a movie with Rowan Atkinson. Now, was he Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson? I think he was. And they're making a movie about Willy Wonka, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That's coming out in December. So if you're a big fan of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, you might appreciate that. I was rather hoping they would bring the fun fair. When I was a boy, at Easter time, the fun fair would come, and there'd be the big wheel, the roller coaster, the helter skelter, all these rides. But it seems that fun fairs don't travel anymore. You have to go and visit them because, just like America, we have these kind of theme parks now at Alton Towers or Blackpool Pleasure Beach. So the fun fair doesn't come, and when it does, it's absolutely miserable. It has like one ride or two rides, and the people look at you suspiciously, and then you look at them suspiciously because they're obviously not earning a lot of money, and they don't want to be there. and the weather usually is showery, with a lot of rain. So not a nice day anyway, but yeah, I wouldn't have minded finding a big wheel or a roller coaster, something to blow away the cobwebs, as we say in the UK. Well, blowing away the cobwebs around here isn't difficult. You just have to step outside the door. So that's it from me. Easter Saturday. If you are celebrating Easter, it's a lovely time, isn't it? Easter, Passover, Ramadan, everything's just all happened together this year. So, regardless of what you're celebrating, I hope it's going well for you. And that's it from me. So, until soon, see you. Bye.